For the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians on other Southeast Asians to speak better English. And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I discovered a very surprising truth. I discovered how well somebody communicates in English. Actually have a very little to do with English level. It has a lot to do with their attitude towards English. There are people out there who have a very low level of like communication very well. One of them I remember was student and participant of my advisor who was factory supervisor. English level very low. This guy could just sit and listen to anybody very calmly, clearly, and this who could respond. Absolutely express his thoughts beautifully at a very low level English. So today I want to share with you what is so different about people like Fraser. How do they do it? And second of all, why is so important not only to you, but to your children, to your community, and to your future in Malaysia. And third of all, what one thing you can do is starting today, if you want to speak with the calm, clear confidence, the people like Fraser have. First of all, what is so different? How do we people like Fraser do it? So to answer that question, I'm going to take you back about 10 years, okay? So when training staff at the time, and my daughters at that time were taking piano lessons. And I started to notice two really strong similarities between my daughter's attitudes or thinking towards playing the piano and a lot of Malaysians think or attitude towards English. First of all, I will tell you my daughter absolutely hates piano. Hate the lessons, hate the practicing. This my daughter practicing piano, okay? It is good enough. This is a real thing. And she dreaded going to piano lesson because my daughter going to piano lessons, she will feel it deserve of dread because it's all about not screwing up, right? Because like a lot of piano students, to both my daughter and her teacher, her success in piano was measured by how few mistakes she made. At the same time, I noticed that a lot of Malaysians went to English conversations with the same sort of feeling of dread. This is feeling that we're going to be judged. How many mistakes they're going to make, or whether or not we're going to screw up. Now the second similarity that I noticed was to do self-images. My daughter, she knew good piano sounds like because we heard a good piano, and she knew what her level was, and she knew how long she had to play like that. And a lot of Malaysians, you know, that idea of words proper English is supposed to sound like. And what I see a lot not, I were an English sounds like, and how far they were together get there. And also they felt like their words, like my daughter, just bad piano player, bad English speakers, right? My English is not so good. Cannot, sorry, yeah, cannot. So I could see these similarities, but still couldn't figure out, okay, what is about these people like Faisal? So different, just do it smoothly, calmly, with confidence. One day, I discovered that answers. I discovered it required by change. It was the day when my computer come down. I went to the cyber cafe. Okay, it's where my first time I discovered the cafe is cursing place. Okay, this is real gross. This smelly. This filled with boys, and they all playing noisy, violent games. They just distant places. But I had to go there. I sat down. And I started noticing this guy beside me. I became very interested in the guys next to me. Now this guy playing game, that's basically, it's like shooting people until they die. And that's it. Like, that's the game, right? And I'm noticing that this guy is very good. In fact, it is very terrible, right? Because I'm looking at seeing like a lot of shooting and not my dining, right? What really interested me was behind those player lousy player, where three of his friends are standing there watching him play. I really noticed worse. Even though this guy is terrible, even though his friend went to him, there is no embarrassment, no feeling of being judged, mere shyness. In fact, quite opposite. This totally focused on the bad guys, smiling his face. Oh, he can't think about killing this guy, right? And I'm watching them. I suddenly realized this is it. This is the same attitude other people like Faisal have when they speak English, just like this guy. When Faisal goes into the English conversation, he doesn't feel judged. He entirely focuses on the person he's speaking to and the result he wants to get. He's got a self-awareness, no thought about his mistakes. I don't know what to share with you real, true example to paint picture of somebody who speaks English like they're playing piano. I'm someone who speaks English like are playing computer game. It's a true story. It happened to me. A while ago, I was a pharmacy. I had to buy Omega. My doctor said I should get Omega. And I go to shelf. There's tons of Omega. Omega is high in DHA. Omega is high in EPA. I don't have which one to buy. No, the sales rep happened to be there. And I saw she like very dressed professional woman. I walk over to her and I see the look as she shop up. It's a look which kind of very well. Her eyes go on shocked or panicked. Oh my God, it's the speaker, native speaker. She judged me and noticed mistake. I go up to her, I explain to my situation with Omega 2 I get. And she starts explaining to me everything about DHA and EPA you can possibly. She speaks very quickly, go around in circles, and when she finishes, no idea what to buy. So I turned to the girl behind the counter. The girl behind the counter, I heard before her English level is very low. But when I work over to her, this girl, there is no fear. In fact, he's just looking at me. You know that long? Yeah, okay, so how? Yeah, I've been in Malaysia a long time. So I go up her and explain the problem, EPH. She looks at me, says, okay, yeah. EPA for heart. DHA for brain. Your heart okay or not? So I said, yeah, my heart is pretty good. She says, your brain okay or not? I said, no, my brain is not good as it used to be. She looks and says, okay, you can omega DHA. Problem solved. So we got two different kind of communicators. We got the one who got high level, but totally focused on herself and getting it right, and therefore very effective. We got another one, low level, totally focused on the person she's talking to and getting the results effective, and everything lies different. Now, why the distinctions so important, not just to you, to your children, but to the future of Malaysia and countries like Malaysia and answer that. Let's take a look at who actually is speaking English in the world today, okay? So we have looked at all the English conversation in the whole world taking place right now on the planet Earth. We will see that for every native speaker like me, there are 5 non-native speakers. And if you listen to every conversation in English on planet Earth right now, we would know 96% of those conversations involve non-native English speakers. Only 4 of those conversations, native speaker. It is not my language anymore. This language belongs to you. It's not an art to be mastered. It's a tool to use to get results. I want to give you a real life example of English today in the world. real English today. It's not another true story. I was a barbecue a little while ago. What is a barbecue for teenagers? Teenagers from all over the world. And they were making hot dogs. Some hot dogs were regular hot dogs, and some of the cheese hot dog, you know, with the cheese in the middle. The French teenager is cooking hot dogs, and he turned into the Koreans. He says, "Would you like a hot dog?" And the Koreans guys, "Yes, please." He said, "Do you want the cheese?" And the Koreans guys look around the cheese. I know cheeses. I know cheese. French guys say, the harder is contains the cheese. The Korean guy doesn't understand him, right? So the French engineer tries again. The hot is making from with the cheese. Korean guy still doesn't understand. He tries again. His harder is coming from. No, the cheese is coming from the hot dog. Korean guy cannot understand. Now the Japanese engineer who been listening to the conversation to turn to Korean engineer. He said, "Oh, cheese integrator." He understand, okay. Everybody understands. So this is what English today is a tool to play around with the get results, like a computer game. Now the challenge is that we know the schools all around the world, right? English is not really being taught like a tool to play with. It's still being taught like an art to master, and students are just more correctness than on clarity. Some of you might remember the old comprehension exam in school. There is remember in school when you get a question about text that you read. You have read some text, right? And then answer the question to show that you understand the text. And this may happen to you. That show up understand the text, but you get a big X because you make a little. Like this student. This student clearly understood paragraph 4, but no, not correct, because he left letter M of the word environment. But in real world, what would matter? In the real world, what would matter is did you understand the email and did you understand the customer so they can go ahead and take action. No, the problem I see here, avoid. And that's people take the attitude they develop English in school and they bring it to the audit life and into their work. And if you're in a stressful situation, you're having a conversation and you're trying to give reason to someone and say it correctly, your brain is doing multitask and connect two things as one. And when I see the brain is just shutting down. And you may recognize these three symptoms of brain shutting down. The first one is your listening goals. Someone is talking to you, you are busy thinking about how you're going to respond and express yourself correctly. You don't actually hear what other person said. And I can see a lot nodding in the audience. The second thing to go to is your speaking. Your mind sort of shut down, but vocabulary you do know just disappears and your words you don't come out. The third thing go to your confidence. The worst thing about this, you may alone be confident because you cannot express yourself clearly. But the person talk to you, they misunderstanding. A lack of conversation ability to do job, to perform. So if you want to speak English like Faisal with great confidence, here's one thing that you can do. When you speak, don't focus on yourself. Focus on other people, on the result you want to achieve. Imagine a next generation of Malaysians, all with wonderful confidence and communication that Faisal has at any level of English. Because let us remember that English today is not an art to be mastered. It's just a tool to use to get results, and not to belong with to you.